Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another Hero House Reviews. Today we're looking at the Bandai Figure Eyes Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now, I picked this guy up, obviously because I got Bardock, and he really impressed me, so hopefully this guy, well, I was hoping this guy was going to do the same. Unfortunately, he hasn't. He's just not as well done as a figure. Like, his articulation's not as good, the joints aren't as interesting, and the sculpt is not as good. His colouring as well, the plastic just looks cheaper, and I think it's the colour scheme. Like, you're definitely gonna need to do some panel lining and stuff on this guy to make him look as good as Bardock just does, sort of off the cuff. Now we'll sort of get in close, and as you can see, the hair and the face are good. They've got that, you know, very cool Super Saiyan 4 aesthetic going. But then, as soon as you go down from the head, he just starts to look a bit cheap. Since you're getting closer here, you can see the grin and the sort of detailing on the face, but that doesn't come up if you're standing any sort of distance away. So it just looks like a wash of, you know, not particularly appealing colours. Going down the pants, there's his feet, and head motion, so head's on a ball joint, but because of the hair, doesn't move terribly well to either side. But, you know, possible. But you've got this unsightly gap in his neck, unless you sort of do that. Yep, another figure just fell down. And then, articulation, shoulders come out, but you've got this terrible flat-looking piece. There's, on Bardock, as we saw, there is a better way to do that, so you don't get those unsightly flat pieces. But still, they bend fairly well, swivel on either side. Single jointed elbow, but it's like on a slider, so it gives you a fair range of motion. The wrists, ball joint, but like that's as far in as they go. So he's always got those sort of bits poking out, so you can see the joint constantly, which again isn't very aesthetically pleasing. He's got waist motion, but again, there's always a slight gap. You can sort of force him to stand and kind of hide it. But as soon as you move him from that pose, he has the gap again, which adds to the sort of, you know, cheapness feel. The legs, again, a gap that's not very well hidden. Decent-ish articulation, can pull off a splits. Not a full splits, but close to. Single joint on the knee, very good joint on the knee, and it's sculpted the whole way through, so his pants, well done. Like, figure arts generally don't sculpt to the knee. And then you've got swivel, and comes forward, goes down, and the tail's just on a little ball joint of its own, which again has an unsightly bit there that comes out, so you can see where it connects. So, I really wanted to love him. Super Saiyan 4 was probably the coolest of the transformations that the Saiyans undergo, as far as I'm concerned. It really captures the primal nature of the characters, and the characterization when they transformed is better. Like, I recently rewatched Vegeta and Goku taking on Sin Shenron, and, like, they're just better characters in GT than they are in Super. They're not comedic. Well, Vegeta's always a badass, but Goku's character is far less dumped down. In fact, he's an absolute badass in GT, but sadly we didn't get that in Super. We got the very uninspired blue transformation, so I wanted this to be good. I don't think we're going to get a figure arts of this for a long, long time, if ever. So, yeah. This is what we've got in the meantime, and you're gonna have to paint it if you want it to look really, really good. And it's always gonna be a bit unsightly because of the joints. So I think I can only give this a 3 out of 5. It does come with a fair amount of accessories. He's got an energy effect, that's him charging a Kamehameha wave, though it's the wrong colour for Super Saiyan 4. And he's got a Kamehameha Blast, which again, wrong colour, but looks cool. And extra face and extra hands. So he's meant to pair with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, so they can fuse, and then there's also a Gogeta figure. So there's planning behind the line, but these are just not well done, especially when you compare them to Bardock, like a later release, but not that much later. So the line's improving, as far as I can see, but yeah, this guy himself is a bit disappointing as the only real placeholder we have until we get a proper Goku release. I'll do some pictures now and then we'll wrap this up. One sec.
Witness the ultimate battle between the greatest of the greatest and all the worlds.
Alright folks, and there you have it, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Height-wise, I guess I'll compare him to, or what do I have at hand at the moment? We have a Marvel Legends Ant-Man. As you can see, Goku's taller if you actually stood him up straight. He's currently crouched doing a Kamehameha wave, and he is pretty much the same height then, obviously much taller counting the hair. And it's good. He's in like a good 6-inch scale, because I'm pretty sure when Goku goes Super Saiyan 4, he becomes taller than normal. So that's perfect. Swap him out. Oh, who else do I have? We have Grey, or King Grayskull, from the Masters of the Universe line. Masters of the Universe Classics. He doesn't stand well. None of those figures stand well. But if I just hold him, you can see he's a bit taller, but they're more in a 7-inch scale. And Goku still holds his own, and frankly, you'd expect King Grayskull to be like a giant, considering he is the progenitor of the whole, you know, He-Man mythos. Ugh, who else do we have to hand? I guess we'll just put in another Figure Eyes. This is their Moroboshi. And, ooh, he's much taller than I remember. He's, you know, a very tall model, actually. So, he'd be taller than Goku, or as tall as Goku if Goku was standing up straight. So Goku does fit in nicely in any 6-inch display. I do like that these guys are bigger than SH Figure Arts characters. I would prefer detailing, but obviously he's a model kit, so you're meant to do that yourself. I prefer better articulation, like Bardock's, so I'm still going to stay with the 3 out of 5. But he has grown on me in the course of this, and once I've, you know, done stuff to make him a bit more presentable, then he will look great in a display. But just bear in mind when you're buying him, he might look a bit cheap when you first take him out of the packet and build him. So yeah, I'll take him away, and I guess that's it. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more, we have plenty of reviews, we have Hero House, and we have figure fights. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and all the best. Bye.